unless, of course, also beat Hurricanes, in which case they've actually finished second in the group behind the Ghanaians, because of the head-to-head they lost again. Well, as for tomorrow night, tonight it's Group A. 5 women lined up on the edge of the Mamelodi Sundowns penalty area. Comes in, and it's had to be palmed over by the goalkeeper. That was a decent cracker goal, wasn't it? I think the defender's probably expecting the cross, and instead nearly got the opening goal there direct. Good bit of goalkeeping there from Basija. Kept an eye on the ball. And who to pick out? The set piece. Towards the penalty spot, but that's headed clear. Kelly getting her foot in there. Matandi goes down. There's a player from each side down there, but the play continues for the moment. Abale trying to use her strength, and eventually he does win the ball. There's Marley then emerges with it, but it looks like Matandi is still down in some pain. Small wait here as we hope that Matandi is going to be fit to continue. That was a cracking shot from the set piece. I can tell you what, a yard each either side of the goalkeeper there, and that's in. Very close to the opening goal for Athlético Abidjan, which would send the crowd here potty, I think. Actually, good news for Athlético Abidjan over in the other game in this group. Just a few moments ago, Meryan Hajri, the centre-back, scoring from the penalty spot for Sporting Casablanca. A red card as well. The Happiness Melkaya of JKT Queens. Now that really does put the cat amongst the pigeons. So at things stand now, it's Sporting Casablanca going through as runners-up in the group behind the Mamelodi Sundowns. JKT 1 point behind in 3 points, and Athlético Abidjan on 2. So Sporting Casablanca doing their part. They'll know they have to score more than 1 goal, just in case of a goal here for Athlético Abidjan. They're playing against 10 as well for the rest of the match. Long time to go as well, like an hour of play, plus any stoppages. Sundowns trying to play their triangles to get out of trouble there. Eventually finds its way to Shawe. It's confirmation what the group is currently looking like. And very tight, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Chip all over the top, Shigo couldn't quite latch on. It was a momentary mistake from the defence, but that's really well played from Cisse in the end. Get the throw-in that she was looking for. She does get the throw-in she was looking for. Mix up between 2 Sundowns Sundowns players. Seen a little bit of that in the first half, but it's really expected when you've got so many changes. Currently down to 10 men, in fact. 10 players, in fact, at Mamelodi Sundowns, with Matandi still waiting to be invited back onto the pitch after her injury timeout. Set the time. It's a nice bit of passing, interpassing here from the Sundowns, and now Minis has the ball over on the left-hand side. The play continues. Mali, cross deflected out for a corner. It's much more like the Mamelodi Sundowns we've seen in the opening two games of this tournament. Nobody really putting their hand up to say, hey, pick me, of the players who have been drafted in so far. But of course, the night is still young. Plenty can happen between now and the final whistle. Drifted in towards the back post, but that's well defended. Tries to bring the ball out, but is under pressure, forced to go backwards. Cisse as well to pick out Agua. Goes out for Athlético throw. It's on here for Athlético. Really good challenge coming in. I think it was Mogolola. Stepped in and made a very important challenge there as the ball now makes its way to Rabale. She can't quite pick out Minis. Now Mashigo comes inside to Rabale. Space for Mali to run onto. She comes back inside, chips the ball over the top. This could be very dangerous here. Well, the keeper came for it, didn't get there, but the touch from Thulakeli just a little bit heavy. Trying to set up. The teammate here, I think it was Minis who was with her. Actually, just onside as well. Head in hands from Thulakeli. She would have expected better of herself there. What's going on here? Looks like Johore isn't going to be taking the goal kicks herself. That's the first one they've had actually in this game. Certainly taking their time over this. Just a reminder that Athlético Abidjan must win this game to have any chance of going through to the semi-finals. Lofted over the top, well defended. Makes contact to the boots and eventually flops to the ground. Talking there for Uratil Mokoena. Shot comes in again and once more. The keeper forced to make a hurried save there, Basija. Great technique again though from Kuso Agbo. real dip on that from distance. Not seen many capable of that in this tournament so far. Minis drops the ball off to Rabale, who immediately loses out to Agbo. Foul goes Atletico's way. And that's a long way out as well. The keeper did well to have the presence of mind to keep her hands in front of her. Almost went through the hands as well. Very close. Cisse now then with the free kick. Just a few minutes to go before half-time. There will be a few minutes added on. Quite a long injury time out for Matandi, the number 21 for Mamelodi Sundowns, who is now back on the pitch, by the way. Good interception there from Atletico player. Certainly be some thinking time for Jerry Fabalala at the end of this game, or certainly at half-time even. Does he make some changes? Does he trust the first 11 that, or the 11 that he's picked today to get better in the second half as they get more used to each other? Some questions that he'll be asking himself and have to answer as well. Foul goes in on Shawe. Long before towards Tholakeli, but she couldn't quite win that one in the air this time. Rabale loses out to her opposite man, and the ball is spread nicely over onto the right-hand side. Behiman is inside a couple of players, and the shot comes in for Rowegnali, but didn't really get the contact she wanted there. It was relatively easy for the seizure to make the save. More news from the other game, and this is actually not such good news for Atletico Abidjan. Sporting Casablanca now 2-0 up. Talismanic striker Shema Mortaji. Second goal in the first half for Casablanca, and the ball given away. Like the pitch again, and Sundowns are sloppy here. They're not in the zone at all. Going to the last minute of the 45. That's not the first time we've seen the ball given away in their own third. Tholakeli going into the channel. Look at the pace there. Goes straight past one. Try to set up. But ball has been spilled there by the keeper again. It's still limping by the looks of it. Cynthia Johore. I wonder if there's going to be a change there at half-time. And again, this time it's Blapo who's been beaten. Just couldn't get the pass out to the right-hand side quick enough. They had two players over there on the right-hand side. They have it now. Tackle comes in from Mali. There's 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. All of a sudden, the game feels stretched, doesn't it? He's dropped deep. Tandy plays a nice little, neat little 1-2. The passing triangles getting back together again for the Sundowns. Minis tries to turn her marker. Yeah, Johore, they just missed it. If anything, got too far ahead of the ball. Lucky to get away with that one. We've seen a few mistakes at both ends of the pitch now. It's still goalless somehow. that just didn't have enough height on him. Mashigo's still in acres of space on this right-hand side. Now the ball is released down to the number 7. Can't quite take it in her stride. That allows Supi Assi to come back in and make the challenge. She's on the ball now, but she's still being dispossessed as well by Mashigo. Hooks the ball through for Folakeli. It's the broad cross across, and Minis has somehow stabbed that wide. Well, Desiree Minis, 5-6 yards out, centre of goal, unmarked. Side as well. Just got a footing wrong. Slightly ahead of the ball. Well, that was, I think, the best chance of the game so far. Zero Minis really should put Sundowns ahead here in first half even stoppage time. Some excitement for the home fans. Brings it forwards. Not wanting to make any mistakes now, right at the end of this first half for the Mamelodi Sundowns. Just an intercept there as well. Don't take any chances now. 10 minutes away from your half-time tea and biscuits. There is the end then of a first half between the Mamelodi Sundowns and Athlético Abidjan in this final round of matches in Women's Champions League Group A. It's 0-0 at the break. I think the big news really is that Athlético Abidjan have, if anything, been the better side. They haven't seen quite as much of the ball as their South African opponents, but when they have come forward, they have looked dangerous. And with a little bit more composure in the final third, could well be in the lead here. Athlético Abidjan. Well, a well-deserved huddle then for the Athlético Abidjan players. They're really playing for pride now, I think, especially with what's going on in the other game in this group, the Casablanca. 2 goals up and with a 1-player advantage as well. After an early sending off for JKT Queens. Happiness not quite so happy now. There are the half-time stats. I mean, the possession quite heavily in the Mamelodi Sundowns' favour, but everything else really. Total attempts, the attempts on target, corners. All very even, if not slanting towards Atletico. Have been certainly better, I think, than a lot of people would have expected. In this game, certainly. They are helped by the number of players being made by the Mamelodi Sundowns coach, Jerry Zabalala. So when they do come forwards, they are finding all sorts of spaces in and around that South African back three. So half-time then here in the Ivory Coast. It's the Mamelodi Sundowns 0, Athlético Abidjan 0.
back then to the Athlético Koulibaly Stadium here in Kohogo. It's Mamelodi Sundowns 0, Athlético Abidjan 0 here at the break. A game that Athlético Abidjan came into knowing they had to win to have any chance of going through to the semi-finals. And even a win here, which would have been a first ever loss for Mamelodi Sundowns at this stage of the competition. Would still rely on the result going the right way for Abidjan in the other game going on down in San Pedro, Casablanca, and the JKT Queens. The first part of it went very well for them. JKT Queens had to lose in order for Abidjan to have any chance. Well, they are losing. Unfortunately, they've had one player sent off and a 3-0 down at half-time, which means that for Atletico to come through, now they will have to match the result that Casablanca are putting together against JKT. And with the greatest will in the world, this doesn't look like a game that Athlético Abidjan can go ahead and win 3-0. That's of course assuming that there's no more goals in the other game down in San Pedro, especially with Casablanca up 3-0 already. Opposition with the player sent off just on the half-hour mark. Well, I mean, you never really know, but you kind of know, don't you? Still, pride to be played for here for Athlético Abidjan. No host nation club has ever failed to win a match in the group phase in this competition before. Athlético Abidjan don't want to be the first. There were 45 minutes in order to do something about that against what's been a disjointed display, quite frankly, from Mamelodi Sundowns, the 2021 champions of this competition, the inaugural edition. 7 changes made by Jerry Favalala ahead of the game, so everyone who was on a yellow card ahead of the match, they've been dropped to the bench. A few other changes made as well. Just 4 of their, what you would call, first choice 11 out there, and they have looked at times a bit disjointed, especially at the back, actually. Porsche Lampo, who's the most experienced defender, 32-year-old, has played. In both previous editions of this tournament, he was in the team of the tournament back in 2001, in fact, 2021 even. Again, at the start of the second half, it's Abidjan who with the free kick, and I think this is going to be fired in on goal again. 2 on target already, causing the goalkeeper a certain amount of discomfort. Chris Agbo has fantastic technique on these. It's a good 35 yards out. He's going at the goal though. Didn't quite catch it this time, and he dropped the goalkeeper. Heart-in-mouth moment there for Sedalame Basija. It's awkward when the ball just bounces in front of you like that. Attending gets herself a free kick just inside her own half. It's clipped from behind by Linda Gauzet. The aerial view of this stadium, built specifically for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations. It's underway early in the new year. 5 different venues around the country. 2 of them are being used for this tournament very much as a warm-up, really. Mashiga comes forward, feeds the ball into the run of Thola Cayley. Quite latch on to the end of that, just points inside, saying, "Oh, next time I want it in that channel, not this one." That's what she wants up there, does Thola Cayley. That's what she's doing as well. Shigo quite managed to intercept the ball, but now Zale comes through, and it's Elmini's through, a goal again, and it's a much better shot this time from the number 14, which had a golden opportunity late in the first half, which she then managed to slice right from about 5 yards out, dead centre. Wasn't completely mistimed the shot. This time, though, Mini's much better. Still in the palms of the goalkeeper. Front side flag going up anyway. He's battling well there. Winning the ball, but then having it taken back again by Bali. Nice turn. Yemen. Going up a notch here as that one continues and continues, but Marapo eventually, almost Bobby Moore-esque there, and just sticking a foot out. Perfect timing. Tried to feed the ball to Rabale, but it wasn't the best of passes from the left wing back, and now on the attack again is Agbo. He does get the cut back in, cleared at the near post. This was Dehinan. We saw a few of those in the first half as well. Proving very difficult to nail down on that flank for number 17. The Sundowns on the attack, and Minis once again in lots of space. Didn't fancy it on her left foot, and then the pass has just been left there really between Rabale and Mashigo. Athlético Abidjan emerge with the ball. Very open in the second half. Now there's space in behind there. And that's another fantastically timed challenge from Rampo. This controls it in the centre circle with the referee. Brings the game to a stop for a moment. What happened here? There's a Jew in Niamey. Tell you what, if anything, I think she's hurt herself with the way she's gone down, her arms flailing. Rather than the actual challenge itself, like an went down awkwardly. Sticky out there. Plenty of substitutes available. Actually, just I say that, just the 8 substitutes on the bench tonight. A couple of the squad players just not fit enough to take part today. Yemen here appears to be in considerable pain. Side of the pitch for the moment. Good news for JKT fans is that there's still just 3-0. Their game down in San Pedro, a result which is, as things stand, almost certainly putting Sporting Casablanca into the first of the semi-finals, well, the second of the semi-finals actually, where they come up against the winner of Group A. Just about anybody, quite frankly. A little clip there from McQuainer.
taking this one on, and she's won a corner. By the looks of it. 21 years of age, I must say, Mali. Looks like she could be younger than that. Tandy comes over now to take the corner. Just on the edge of the 6-yard box, the ball's chipped in there. It's a half out. Yemen then hoops the ball up in the air. It hasn't gone out though, but no one's really challenged for it. And then Minnie's eventually just hooks the ball over her head. But everyone had already retreated out of the area. That was quite peculiar in the Mamelodi Sundowns. Now then, Ali picks up the ball, goes through one, goes through another, it deflects out. Headed away, picked up by Mashiga, will give it away, and the shot comes in, and that's not far over the bar either. Here, hoping the crowd every time. Athlético come forwards. On the attack again here, the tails are up. Athlético claims for a handball, not given. Taking us into the second half, and it's pretty open, it has to be said. Ali, nice little tip round the corner. And the big challenge comes in from Porsche Lampo. In the first half of this match, I think that Mamelodi Sundowns probably did more defending than they did in the other two games they played in this group altogether. Yes, it's a slightly weakened lineup, but it's been a very good performance from Athlético. Really have put some pride into this one. Shawe. There's the ball on, wasn't quite fine. Kolakali. Deep the Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, it is sometimes a bit risky playing like that, but it's just the way Sundowns play. Every age group, every gender comes in behind everyone in the box. And that was a pity. Another good bit of build up there from Athlético Abidjan. Ali turns the ball inside to Matandi, continues to run, and Ali now over the halfway line. All inside for Minis, gets it back again as Mali. Now picks out Tholakali, who can't quite bring that ball down in time and is dispossessed by Gauze. Quainer seeing a bit more of the ball in this half as well from the base of the midfield. A mistake there now, Mali. Opportunity here, and Minis is sorry, Rabale through on goal. That's a fantastic save from Johore. The flag was going to go up anyway. It has. Another look at this one. So Mali originally got the defender in front of her. Just losing her footing. Just a little bit too slow with the pass in any way. Rabale finding the shot. Well saved there. Bit of goalkeeping there from Cynthia Johore. Forward, unable to pick out Tholakali. Cheaply again.
run through too much traffic. It's ball up well this time. Back again, keeps the ball moving to Matanga. And now Marley. That's got to make a run over onto the left-hand side. She still hasn't seen the ball, but it's given away in midfield by Mabale, and it's going to be a counter attempt now down the opposite flank for Athlético. Intercepted by Abidjan, still coming forwards here, and how much space is Agbo in here? Agbo through on goal. Here's Agbo. Shot straight at the goalkeeper and then puts the rebound over the bar. And everyone seemed to stop that. That's hitting the hour mark. We're going to have a substitution here as well. Shigo about to come off and be replaced by Esther Ramalepe. There's a woman of the match in their opening 2-0 win against JKT. Interesting to see how they shake things about here. I think Mali's going to move over onto the left-hand side, sorry. So she's already playing on the left-hand side. What am I talking about? On the left, just a straight swap then for Mashigo. Compared to Mashigo, it's a slightly better composure under pressure. Slightly more intelligent movement as well from what we've seen in the opening 2 games. Links up well with Folakeli, by the way. It's a nice ball in there. White gets as far as Minis, who didn't actually compete for that one in the air. Still Mamelodi Sundowns yet to concede a goal in this tournament. The only team to be in that position coming into this 3rd round of games. Went through the entire tournament without conceding a goal back in 2021 when they won the whole thing. Just a nice play from Mabale there, turning away from a couple of challenges in midfield. Giving the lay off to Folakeli, who had to drop deep in the end. Away, it's ball up the left, but Ramalepe just couldn't quite keep that one in play. Beheman still gone past 3 as Beheman cuts the ball back. Another very important interception on the edge of the area from the Sundowns defence. Melissa Beheman, the number 17, has caused all sorts of problems with her runs in from the left side. First time pass from May. The keeper's way off her line here. Folakeli with an opportunity here. The keeper's still off her line. Folakeli comes forward. Still Folakeli. Straight at the goalkeeper. Golden opportunity missed there. Cynthia Johore all over the place. Not quite sure what she was doing there. Eventually, Folakeli tried to drill it into the far corner. There were 2 defenders on the line as well, which would have made things difficult. The keeper anticipated well. Go down for a Sundowns throw. There was the run for Beheman. First time she's done that to the Mamelodi Sundowns defence today. Even if Athlético Abidjan do bow out
this stage, a couple of things that they're doing to the Sundowns out there could well give other teams food for thought as well. The shot comes in from distance, blocked on the edge of the area, and then the stabbed clear, but not as far as Rabale. Struggling to get out of their own third here. Sundowns just for the moment, and nearly another loose pass there. That's not the best of through balls either, in between the two players rather than specifically to one or the other. Sundowns got a player down over there. Looks like it's Alaberga Shawe. Referee calling for the stretcher. Crunched into the inside of the left ankle. Nothing nasty about it. Cisse winning the ball cleanly enough, but taking a chunk of opponent with it. Goalkeeper down again. She's been down a couple of times actually. There's Johore. She does throw herself about. That's a body on the line for the team. She's got a knock on the left knee, which looks like just a chunk of a bit of a graze going on there, and get some work done on her right ankle as well. A knock on her hand early in the first half. Top of that. Amazing save she made a few minutes ago. I have still no idea what she was doing going after a ball which was a good, what, 20, 30 yards outside of their area with defenders covering. She just suddenly appeared unexpectedly. Reserve goalkeeper, I think that's Asata Bengali. Appears to be the next cab off the rank, just in case Johore is not fit to continue. Hitting the midway point of this second half now, but that's booking of the half as well. That's for Kero Bahi. Being given a bit of a tough time on this flank by Julia Mali, number 20. Yeah, that's that's very yellow, isn't it? To pin this one into the area. 6 goal shirts to aim at. 7th just outside the D as well. He goes into the just outside the penalty spot. Kaleli couldn't quite get there, but does get the challenge in to prevent the counter-attack. Touch there on occasion by Athlético Abidjan player. I think that was Behiman. Nagbo actually have been swapping flanks quite regularly, but it's a nice little bit of interplay from Sundowns down there left. Folakeli Good ball in here. Minis was just about to go for the header. Then the shot comes in. That's only just wide of the upright. That's a substitute. Esther Ramalepe. Good ball in. I mean, Minis, I think, was convinced that she was about to have the header there. That's only just wide of the upright. Substitute immediately making an impact for the South African side. 20 minutes to go now, plus a bit of stoppages as well. There will be definitely a few minutes after the injury timeout for Cynthia Johore, the Atletico keeper. Beaten to the ball there, but she has managed to force the throw-in. Lots of movement for her here, I've got to say. Well, Kaylee moving around, but everyone else being a bit slow. Tandy went down expecting a free kick, didn't get anything. Weak tackle coming in from Sharway. Well, Akbo, still Akbo, couldn't quite pick out the pass to Nyamin, I think it was in the centre. Both the wide players for Abidjan have looked a handful. Kuso Agbo, the number 19, and Melissa Behiman, number 17. Certainly given Sundowns a few problems, possibly partly to do with them using a back three. Those wide players just finding the gaps outside of those three. Agbo gets the cross in, eventually finds its way to Behiman, who is fouled, I think, by Nami. Staff come on again. What's happened here? Usual starters getting ready to come on then, with Precious Marifi, veteran of both previous editions of this tournament. Usually starts on the left wing. Staff getting busy here. So it's a bit of a lull. There's Behiman. That's medical treatment. Another look here. What happened? She slipped over. Okay, and so completely inadvertently. Number 20, Mali, has stepped on the hand. Absolutely no intention at all. She have another shot here? May as well. She does have another shot. Easily fielded by the goalkeeper. Four free kicks that Agbo has taken now from 30 or 40 yards out. They've all been on target. So easy to say for others, but still impressive. One got tipped over, another one got just saved under the crossbar. Another one had an awkward bounce into the keeper's hands, and that was actually probably the easiest of the four. Well played by Melli. Tholakeli plays the 1-2 off of Minis and rampages off down the left-hand side. Tholakeli thinks about putting the cross in, it's just being dragged back up the pitch a bit there. Here's Melli. It's a little shove for her. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Ravale. Tholakeli again now on this left-hand side. Flag eventually goes up. I think we're going to have a substitution here. Joyce Ravale is going to come off and be replaced by Precious Marifi. Star players of this side, a veteran of both previous tournaments. Mali comes off as well to be replaced by Larata Saga, who also played in the previous tournament, the 31-year-old. He's just couldn't quite get the touch he needed to set Marifi clear. First time in a while, the Athlético coming forwards here. Here's Behiman. Into the area, the keeper comes for it, doesn't really get to it either, and eventually has her blushes saved by Ramalepe. The keeper looked very tentative in that with that ball in the air. Eventually, sort of half-heartedly came for it, missed it completely. So Ramalepe able to tidy things up. Still coming forwards here, Athlético Abidjan. Shot comes in, but it's wide of the upright. The keeper quite happy to see that ball go wide. Latest news from the other game in the group. It's now at Sporting Casablanca 4, JKT Queens 1. Queens getting one back early in the second half, only for Sporting Casablanca to extend their lead to 3 once more. I think we're now at the stage where, although it is in theory possible, it's probably not going to happen. Abidjan, and there's the opening goal for the Mamelodi Sundowns out of almost nothing. A deflected ball fooled the goalkeeper. I think it's Desiree Minis who scored. Have another look at the replay shortly. The early birthday present there then for Desiree Minis. Thought it was Mission Impossible before, it's definitely Mission Impossible now for Athlético Abidjan. Let's have another look here. Tholakeli, of course, involved. Marifi comes in, oh dear, and it's a big deflection off of Matoba Cisse, the captain. I think that's going to go down as an own goal, you know. I don't think Desiree Minis is going to be able to claim that one. I don't think she quite got there before the ball crossed the line. The VAR check, or indeed the goal line technology check, will let us know exactly who is given the goal. I mean, no doubt that it's going to be a goal for the Sundowns. It's been given to Marifi for the moment. I'm sure there'll be a check on that. Through again here, still Minis, but just wanted a couple of touches too many, the number 14. Eventually that's slotted clear. 12 minutes plus, so there's going to be, well, at least 5 minutes, I think, stoppage that we had for Melissa Behiman.
miscued by Rato Kosogo. Let's another look at the goal. I'm not sure that was going on target without deflection, so it could well be that Marifi has that goal taken away from her. Whether it goes to Cisse, the defender, or Minis, her teammate, is another question entirely. And as things stand, Mamelodi Sundowns are going to cruise through this Group A. 3 games, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. The only thing, little criticism you could maybe throw them, is they've only scored 4 goals so far. Ooh, and that's a late challenge coming in from Bahi, and she could be in real trouble here. She's already on a yellow card, as Caro Bahi. Well, perhaps not. Will want to get a goal here to go with the performance they've put in. They really have posed some difficult questions for this Mamelodi Sundown defence at times. They haven't quite been able to put things away. The approach play has been good, and now the ball put over the top and intercepted by Bahi, but now the ball does come out to Marifi again. She slides that across the goalkeeper, who came out, couldn't quite get to it, but Desiree Minis over on the far post just couldn't quite get to the ball in time. But encouragement there for Fabalala. The side beginning to create a few more opportunities now, find a bit more space, of course. Part of that is because Athlético Abidjan now nothing to lose whatsoever, and starting to leave a few more gaps at the back. Players are tiring as well, 3 games in 6 days in fairly hot and humid conditions as well. Marifi gets the intercept, bursts away from the defence. Oh, just a slight deflection takes it away from the run of Tholakay, but lots of players up here. And the shot comes in from Matandi, and that floats harmlessly over the bar. Things just opened up there for a moment for the Mamelodi Sundowns. It looks like Tamata Zuon, 26-year-old midfielder, about to come on for Atletico. Long ball down the right flank. Nelly comes away from one challenge, slides that ball through beautifully, but then the challenge comes in. Danger cleared, at least for the moment. Plenty up for this attack for Atletico. Bahi now. It's going to be an Atletico throw. No, it isn't an Atletico throw. Still getting conflicting reports as to who the goal is going to be given to. One source I'm looking at tells me Matoba Cisse has scored an own goal. Another one is telling me that Quinn Marifi has been given the goal. Get clarification on that later, I'm sure. And here comes the change then, so Tamata Zuon comes on, and Ajua Niamen comes off for Atletico, having done her best to lead them on. She has somewhat faded out of the game in the second half.
6 minutes plus stoppages to go then here in the second half. Still, Mamelodi Sundowns 1, Athlético Abidjan 0. Marifi decides not to use a pace. He's tried to scoop a cheeky little ball in there for the runner from midfield. Well defended, I think, by Cisse again. Who's been the captain's been very good at the back for Atletico in this game. Sundowns haven't exactly been ripping them apart here. One player down in the centre circle. They continue to come forward, and here's Minis again. Surely she's going to score this time. And in the end, it's Tholakeli to make it 2-0. Just for a moment there, I thought Minis might have muffed her lines there. But in the end, it's a second goal of the tournament then for Refilwe Tholakeli. Scored in the opener against the JKT Queens. Now she's found the back of the net again. Though to be fair, Desiree Minis probably should have put that one away. So another check here. Well, Minis is onside there. Now then, she takes the touch there to give it to Tholakeli. Are there two players between her and the goal? That will be the question. Now, we're just having a little pause here for a VAR check, I wonder. Yes, we are. Does appear, and certainly at first glance anyway, it'll need to be confirmed by VAR, but it does look as if when Minis took that touch, if she put the ball in the back of the net herself, there's no chance at all of any offside. Because she's touched it and then it's gone to Tholakeli, the goal does stand after all then. Foul immediately given away in the centre circle. Just adding a bit more gloss to their Group A campaign for the Mamelodi Sundowns. Now they can start showcasing their passing, and it's Marifi again in acres of space on this left-hand side. She's made a big differences coming on as the number 8. Nice pullback as well, and Tholakeli with a thunderous finish into the top corner. And that's 3-0, and that's game over. Refilwe Tholakeli has burst into life in the last couple of minutes. Third goal of the tournament for the South African frontwoman. And that was a clinical finish as well. The ball came from Marifi, just finding so much space on this left-hand side, tiring opponents. Looks up, finds the cutback. And how about that for a finish? Been for placement, not for power. Slid it one side of the defender. No chance at all for Johore in the Atletico goal. And to be fair, the scoreline now is looking a little bit harsh. On the Ivorian side. Hasn't felt like a 3-0, has it? Goals coming in the the last 12 minutes or so. It's a tiring side. Athlético Abidjan. They're going to be a little bit unfortunate, really, to finish bottom of this group as well after a promising start. Coughing up a late equaliser in the opening game, which could have made such a difference to the rest of their campaign. They couldn't hold on to a lead either in their second game against JKT. They led at half-time in that one, and then eventually lost 2-1. 15-year-old and a 17-year-old getting the goals for JKT in that game. this one, they've saved large parts of the game, given as good as they've got. They just seem to have faded down the stretch here. You know, it's their first time playing at this level. The intensity is high. You're just not used to expending not just the physical, but mental energy as well. Keep ball now from the Sundowns, with the ball given away high up the pitch, and there's plenty of Atletico players up now. Nothing to lose, and the ball's now gone to Beheman here. Beheman about to have the shot at goal, and she's put that just over the bar. As the board goes up to announce 5 minutes of added time at the end of this second half. At the end of this group phase. Further goals in the group's other game, as Minis can't quite steer that header on target. There has been another red card though for the JKT Queens, so they're now down to 9 and 4-1 down in that one. I say they are a young and fairly naive side, but if they can come through qualifying again in future years, that squad is going to see them come good. You have to feel they're going to be a real danger on the continental scale. You can hear the resignation in the crowd now, 3-0. Maybe a few of the fans just going to head home a little bit early. But at the end of the day, there was nothing they could do about it anyway. Atletico, with the result not exactly going the way they needed. They'd have needed to match the result of Casablanca against JKT, so they need to be beating the Mamelodi Sundowns 4-1, which is really unlikely. Yes, Asfar beat them 4-0 in last year's final. And other than that, that sort of result simply does not happen to this side. Drilled long, well intercepted. He's going through the motions now, really. Atletico, they'd love to get a goal though. Beheman has looked as likely as anyone to provide at least the ammunition. Patient play now. He's looking to run down the clock, the Sundowns. They know what they need to do in this situation. They've been here before. Along with Asfar, the only team to have played in every one of these tournaments. They've been to both finals. Every possible game they could have done. So now it's looking like Sundowns are going to win the group. Sporting Club out Casablanca from Morocco are going to come second. There could well be 2 Moroccan sides in the last 4 here, depending on how Asfar get on tomorrow night. And there, last group game against AS Mando. Currently leading the way, the Malians in Group B. That could be a very interesting matchup between those two. Asfar need to win. They can't really afford a draw. Losing on their head-to-head. They're currently tied with
Pemdakoa from Ghana. They surprisingly a big shock when they lost to them in the opening game 2-1, having taken the lead as well in that match. The shot comes in from distance, and keeper happy to see that sail wide. Just half a minute to go now. Some smiles starting to break out on the South African bench, and who can blame them? 2-0, 1-0, 3-0. Their results in the group stage: 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. In their 3 visits to this tournament now, that will be 8 wins out of 9 with 1 draw in the group stages. It's a fantastic record they have. And now, what's going to happen here? Beheman again getting free on this right-hand side. There's a clash with Marifi. They both stay down. Play continues meanwhile with Agbo, who eventually wins a corner. And now the referee calls medics on. Bit of a clash between Agbo and Marifi here. Let's have another look. Well, looks like Marifi gets an elbow in the ribs. And that replay. In fact, are we going to carry on from there? I think the referee has fairly quietly blown the final whistle here. And with that comes to an end Athlético Abidjan's journey through their home CAF Women's Champions League tournament. In Group A here, it's finished. Mamelodi Sundowns at 3, Athlético Abidjan 0. The hosts bow out, but they were better value. 3-0 would suggest. As Marifi just gets a little bit of treatment there, though she'll need to hope that there's nothing too serious there, because she's almost certainly going to be starting in the semi-final. Quite who that semi-final is going to be against is a very good question, though. The Sundowns go into Wednesday afternoon's semi-final against whichever team finishes second in Group B. That will be on Wednesday the 15th of November here again in Kohogo. Sporting Casablanca, who have, as far as we're aware, now finished. Have that game finished in the other group game? Just double check that. Well, it's 94 minutes in, it's still 4-1. So Sporting Casablanca will then play in the second semi-final on a Wednesday evening against whoever eventually comes out top in Group B. Now we're going to have a little interview here with the 2-goal hero for the Mamelodi Sundowns. And that's their number 9, the leader of the line, Refilwe Tholakeli.
So, Refilwe, you are the best player. Can you give us your impression, please?
First of all, I would like to thank Almighty God and the coach, my teammates. It's all about teamwork. And we have worked hard at training. We did well. It's our... Hey, I'm emotional, to be honest.
Who would you like to dedicate this prize to?
I would like to dedicate today's player of the match to one of my chairman at Township Rollers, who I lost last month. I dedicate this lady of the match to him.
So thank you and congratulations. See you for the next game.
Thank you.
Well, that was a clearly delighted Refilwe Tholakeli with some heartfelt thoughts there. Their nearest and dearest. And the bad news, I suppose, for Mamelodi Sundowns there, you see on the left-hand side of the screen, and still precious Marifi getting some treatment there after. It was literally the last action of the match. A bit of a clash with Kuso Agbo. 3-4 minutes later, she's still down there getting treatment. And Jerry Fabalala will not be able to believe his luck if that turns into an actual injury that keeps her out of that semi-final. So only, well, actually 4 days in which to recover for that. Mamelodi Sundowns then, winner of Group A. They came into it as obvious winners, but they've now got all 3 games under their belt. They are through to the semi-finals of the CAF Win Champions League. Tomorrow night, Group B comes 2 ahead. AS Mande in the box seat. They're against defending champions Asfar in a heavyweight clash there at the top of Group B to decide just who will go through to the semi-finals of this 3rd CAF